second time of the ReW BK edition, and my who today is the lovely Coney Island Cowboy. Thank you for coming.
My pleasure, Rue.
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
I'm so looking forward to this day of hanging out with you at the Branded Saloon. It's so appropriate for you, don't you think?
This place works for me.
I knew
this
you
place
love
matches
it.
my shirt.
I love everyone who comes here because I know that they immediately feel the connection. It's such a homey, lovely spot, and we love this place, the Branded Saloon. So what's going on in your life? What's happening?
You know, overworked, underpaid, keeping really busy, doing
What are you overworked, underpaid doing?
Well, sadly, I work for myself.
Doing. so you wear yourself out.
I need to form a union and go on strike.
What do you do for yourself?
I do man with van stuff. I do moving. I also do PA systems.
And musically, what are you doing, Cowboy? I want to know the music.
Nobody wants to hear about that.
I do. I
want to hear about the sleazy. Well, me and Leon were talking about the sleazy showbiz details earlier at the bar.
Oh, really?
That's what made me late, yeah.
Oh, you're good. We need to support the Branded Saloon. The more you drink, the better it is for us. Because, we want the Branded to love ReW WhO. So,
get off your computers, come down here and drink.
Yeah, please drink. It helps our show. It helps the venue.
And if you can't get off your computer, then just go to the refrigerator, crack a beer, and sit back down in front of your computer.
And we'll be here to entertain your asses. So today, today is April the 22nd.
It is?
It is.
That's why I'm here.
That's why you're here. And it is National Jelly Bean Day.
Get out of town.
No, it really is. It's National Jelly Bean Day.
Oh my God.
We have the jelly beans in the house.
And Ronald Reagan isn't even here to enjoy it with us.
Was he a jelly bean freak?
You did not know?
I just, know that...
One of the first records I ever had was Let Them Eat Jelly Beans. It was a hardcore compilation put out by Jello Biafra.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. And today is also Earth Day, and I think Mother Nature is effing with all of us with this weather lately. I've resigned.
She's mad.
What? What is she mad at? She keeps doing these turbulent things.
But we're getting caught up. We're getting caught up in the retribution.
What is she mad about? What do you think?
All kinds of stuff.
Like what? Pollution, you mean?
Yeah, pollution.
Like that Indian crying?
Overdevelopment, yeah.
Like that Brooklyn stadium going up?
Bad reality TV. Mother Nature's pissed. Mother Nature does not like the new Brooklyn Stadium.
That stadium, man. We just went right by it on our way here, and that is one big...
That stadium has uprooted like colonies,
so
giant colonies of rats.
Oh, I'm sure. I love rats in New York City, though. I have to say, I do have a place in my heart for the rats of this town. I love them. When I see a rat, I always think it's good luck.
Well, you must have lots of good luck.
I haven't seen one in a while.
You haven't?
No, I have to check it out. I love watching at the subway, and when one comes out and runs on the track, I'm always like, yay. I mean, I wouldn't go run down to play with it, but
yeah, I wouldn't do that either.
But I am usually I love when
approach them cautiously.
There was a building across the street from our apartment when once that was taken down, and we used to count them. That we used to stand. My kids were little, and we'd be like, "There's one. Do you remember that? My daughter Harley is here. Do you remember that?"
Maybe a little.
Yeah.
Magical childhood memories.
Counting the rats in the construction across the street. But today, like I said, is Earth Day, but supposedly the official Earth Day was really March 21st. And they moved it because that was falling on the spring equinox. But
the problem is?
They moved it to April 22nd for some reason, and that's when it's observed, and that's when people think it is, and that's when it became Earth Day. I didn't know it was a different day. I always thought it was only this day. What'd you think? Did you even know?
Every day is Earth Day with me.
Is that right? And why is that?
Because every day I do what I can to,
To make the world a better place?
Yeah.
Do you recycle?
I do recycle.
Good for you. Now, I heard a horrible thing about recycling, though, and I hope it's not true, but I used to have a drummer who worked for the EPA. EPA, right?
The Environmental Protection Agency.
Yeah. And she told me, because I told her I felt so bad, like I didn't recycle something one day, and it was killing me, and she's like, don't worry, it all goes to the same place. That it's a big scam.
I kind of suspected as much myself.
And when she told me that,
I've
it
seen like New
broke
York
my
recycling
heart.
trucks, like throwing, you separate your cardboard and your paper
Yeah,
and your
and
plastic
then it all
and
gets
your
thrown
metal.
into the same
Yeah,
truck.
and then they crunch it all up
Yeah.
together.
So
and
what
you're
is that about, America? Like, it really breaks my heart that people go crazy recycling, and then my drummer who worked for the EPA said, don't worry about it, it's BS. I just don't get it. It's all about who gets the contract and who gets the cashola, but
It's
anyway.
all meant to keep us pacified.
There you go. So recycle anyway if it makes you feel good. Anyway, in this day in history, ice skater Tanya Harding, remember her?
Woohoo!
She sued her ex-husband for $42,500. Jeff Galooly.
Jeff Galooly.
Jeff Galooly, yeah. She sued him for $42,500. Tanya Harding?
Yeah.
My other daughter loved Tanya Harding. What was your dream about Tanya Harding?
It's just like we were hanging out and we were talking and like everything was really cool. I don't really remember, but it was like right a little bit after she whacked that other skater, or she had that other skater whacked. Who even remembers her name? The skater that got
Nancy
whacked.
Kerrigan. I remember.
Okay, you remember her name.
I do.
But we all remember Tanya Harding.
I love Tanya Harding though. My daughter loved her.
Because I was living in Portland at the time.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's white trash heaven out there.
It's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Crystal meth pickup trucks.
Well, that's everywhere.
9 yards.
But it's a lot there, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's everywhere. And more stuff about this wonderful day. You want to hear?
Sure.
Okay. Do you remember Johnny Carson? He is my all-time hero. I love Johnny Carson. I used to dream about being the best jack player on the Johnny Carson show. I wanted to get on that show so bad. I loved him so much. And this was the day, April 22nd was the day he announced he will retire from The Tonight Show.
Oh, no.
And he gave it 1 year from that day, 1991. I love him. Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, they gave a benefit concert in Canada on this day in 1979. I don't know what the benefit was for.
I think Richards got busted in Canada, and that was his sentence.
Oh, that they had to play and raise money for the.
I remember that.
That was on this day, April 22nd. Yeah. Look at that. Good for
Keith,
you.
He's still picking and grinning.
But have you read his book?
I've started it.
I started it too. It's funny. It starts off with them being busted.
Yeah, it does. That's right. It starts out with that,
in the
that
South.
whole thing. Yeah,
exactly. Oh, Keith, and he's like a freaking rat, man. He just.
Speaking of rats.
Yeah, I love him.
Just keep feeding him poison, and he just
keeps
going.
Better
and better.
I love him. Today, April the 22nd, was the first human eye transplant ever performed.
Really?
Yeah, April 22nd.
And
1969.
1969, huh?
Yep, look at that. And it's the day that the World's Fair opened in Queens in 1964. That was where.
Oh, yeah, well, all those crazy buildings.
That was the World's Fair. Yeah, it was this day.
Every once in a while, I look over there as I'm driving down the LI, and I go, so that's what the future looks like.
That was the World's Fair, yeah.
That's
and
the future.
The World's Fair? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, those buildings that they built and everything, they were like,
they were predicting the future.
Expo, it's like one day we will be able to take pills for knowledge and stuff like that, and everybody will
there.
have atomic cars that fly.
Yeah, well, it's getting there. Look, did you ever think you'd be able to look at a phone and see the other person like a TV?
I want my phone to run on nuclear power.
You do?
Yes.
And what's that?
Nuclear power? That's where you split the atom.
Well, it is Earth Day, remember?
Yeah.
So, isn't the nuclear
but
power
if all of our phones had tiny little nuclear power plants in them, we wouldn't have to plug them in. And that would benefit ever. And they'd go for like 100,000 years.
My dad keeps thinking.
Only problem is the software would be obsolete in 6 months.
My father keeps thinking, he has said to me that he thinks that everybody that's born, instead of getting a social security number, you're just going to be given your phone number, and you're going to have that number throughout your entire life. No.
That'd be awesome, but my social security number is really cool.
You like it?
Yeah.
You want to share it?
No.
I know, there are some. What's cool about it?
Crazy, but I ain't stupid.
Today was the day that Henry VIII ascended to throne in 1509.
I am Henry VIII. I am.
April 22nd. I know. Yeah, you know that song. It's John Waters' birthday today.
Yay, John Waters.
I love John Waters.
I'm a Baltimorean.
Are you really?
Born
Look
in
at that.
Baltimore. Not raised so much, but born.
Okay, and
But,
he's
like,
in a
we
new
lived
movie
there.
that I want to see. Have you heard of Blank City?
No.
It's a movie that I totally want to see. And I believe he's in that movie. It's also Eddie Albert's birthday. He should be in the Branded Saloon. Green Acres. You don't know who Eddie Albert? Eddie Albert. Yes, he belongs in the Branded Saloon. Green Acres. It's the day that President Washington attended the opening of Ricketts' first circus in the U.S.
Ricketts.
Ricketts.
Do
First.
they have a Berry circus too?
I don't know, but it was 1793. And it's the day that In God We Trust was put on coins, April 22nd.
April 22nd. Well, that was like in the 50s, right?
Actually, you're very smart because it was 1955, it went on coins, and then it says here that on 2-cent coins, it was 1864 they did it, and then it went away, I guess, and then came back in 1955. I don't really understand that, but I got 2 totally different years of that. But the 50s are mentioned.
Well, the 50s were, yeah, because we were fighting godless communism at the time, and somebody thought it'd be a good idea if
Was
we
that the McCarthy?
present ourselves as like the country of God as opposed to like the other country, which was not the country of God.
Now that totally confuses me though, because I thought we're not supposed to.
That was when we also like started saying the Pledge of Allegiance in school.
All right, now that still confuses me because I thought we're not supposed to mix like religion and state in this country.
But religion and money's okay.
So that's different.
Yeah.
I don't get the difference. What's the difference, cowboy? Enlighten me.
Do I look like an expert on these matters?
Yes, yes.
All I know is,
All right, well,
You
we have a
feel free
lot more show happening.
Feel free to walk to the front of the
And-
church and like dump all your money in the collection basket.
There
That's
you
all I
go.
know.
It's also Betty Page's
Under
birthday,
Caesar, what
and
is Caesar?
Jack Nicholson's birthday is today.
Woo!
So we do.
Yeah.
Here's Johnny. There you go, and Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
There you
It all
go.
comes together.
It all comes together. And I just want to say before we take our first break that the angels in the room today are Richard Nixon, died on April 22nd. Yeah. So Richard Nixon, we like you in the room. So come with us and party on this Earth Day, Jelly Bean Day, and we'll be back with more fun soon on BK, ReW, and WhO.